As any business grows, they create new jobs. And as people decide to move on or get promoted or possibly retire, they need to be replaced primarily by young people. They're ultimately the workforce of tomorrow, so they'll be needed by every sector across the region in the not too distant future.
In a year's time, I'll have my degree in software engineering. It would be really great if Bob would be able to come to the graduation at Teesside University. I had a cleaning job at Essentia, and whilst I was walking around doing my cleaning duties, I noticed a lot of people had complicated things on the screen at the time. So I was interested in what they were doing, why they were doing it. So I wrote a letter to Bob, the director of the company, just asking how to get on the apprenticeship scheme, and from there it just escalated.
I never thought when I did my communications degree that I'd be working as part of such a thriving digital and creative sector in the North East. At the moment we're working on a couple of projects in life sciences. One of them is an app for multiple sclerosis that helps people monitor fatigue and energy levels, and another is to help people monitor their own well-being and fitness to prevent the onset of chronic diseases such as diabetes and cardiovascular disease.
When I first started working here, I did think that to be MSPA would be my dream job, and now I hope that one day in the future I'll have my own PA. When I finished my A-levels, I was very interested in finding a job that would incorporate both business and science. I wasn't actually sure at the time if that existed or not. So from doing a bit of research, I came across Data Trial, and I just volunteered here one day a week just to get a bit of experience. I've worked at Data Trial for nearly 4 years now, so starting an assistant to the sales team and moving on to be a strategic services manager. The most exciting part of my job now is that I really do take a lead, so to speak, all the way through from that initial contact right the way through to showing potential customers the software and telling them how we can help them with their clinical study.
Je suis venu dans le nord-est de l'Angleterre à cause de la réputation de Newcastle et notamment de l'université et de son centre du vieillissement qui a une réputation internationale. So after my master's degrees, I was looking for a PhD, and for that I applied to many places in the world. And I was most interested in Newcastle because it's one of the best institutes in Europe. As we can see, there is old people everywhere. And we want to try to understand why do they age and how we can help them to age better without any disease. So what I hope for the future is my research can help companies to try to make remedies to help people to live healthier.
Health and social care employs more people in the North East than any other sector. Whatever field or route you want to take, there's opportunities for absolutely everybody. Whether it's engineering, social work, nursing, IT, any route. The fact that I'm a trained nurse myself is really helpful because I'm able to bring all of my experience and knowledge and skills into the classroom, which brings my classroom alive.
I never thought that a week after I graduated I'd be writing emails in French. In accounts receivable we have quite a wide range of languages. We have speakers of French, Dutch, Portuguese, Swedish, Spanish. The thing I really love about my job is I'm putting together the two sides of my degree. So I'm getting to use both my languages and working in a business environment. Yeah, I really do love my job.
I used to live in a place like this when I was little, but I never imagined I'd be working here. I've got a little under 3 years experience in the sector on my belt now. That's a little bit under 3 years of practical experience as well. It's not sort of, I studied this in university. It's a lot of sort of, I've done this, I've ran this, I've helped this, I've fixed this, I've resolved this, as opposed to more theoretical knowledge of the area.
I came back to the North East after university to work for one of the fastest growing retail companies in the world. The traditional role of an area manager is one who would run 3 or 4 stores and be fully responsible for everything within them. They recruit the staff, they deal with any issues from within the stores and make sure those stores remain profitable but also deliver a fantastic service to our customers. The fast pace of retail is what makes it exciting and a fantastic place to work. No day's the same, which is something that is really appealing both for myself and for the thousands of other people who work in retail.
Having a degree in construction management has given me the opportunity to work for BAM Construction, who are changing the landscape in the North East. When people think of construction, they think bricklayer, maybe electrician, joiner. Even if you want to go into a trade background, there's many more. But obviously there's a lot of managerial positions within the construction industry too. There's site management, there's project management, there's planning. It could be a quantity surveyor looking after the financial side of it. There's obviously designers, so architects, structural engineers, mechanical and electrical engineers. All these people are involved in the construction process. So there's great opportunities, some really interesting jobs.
Until I was 6, I thought cars and airplanes worked by magic. I suppose it was my curiosity to know how things worked. Being an apprentice heavy plant engineer, you're learning electrics, mechanics, hydraulics, and it's all workshop based and site based, so you get a sense of what it's like in the real world. We do things like servicing, engine strip downs, rebuilds, changing parts. We can do refurbishments of machines. The machines at Volvo are used to do everything, you know, from building motorways, schools, hospitals, anything that involves construction. You'll probably find a Volvo machine not far away.
So when I came back to the Northeast, not for 1 minute did I think we'd be making trains for the 21st century. Today I'm one of the 600 people that are currently on site at Hitachi, and it will grow to beyond 900, which is a brilliant prospect. At the moment we're working on the next generation of Intercity Express. The thing I love about my job is the fact that what we're working on is something that not only us but our families will also be boarding to go to different places around the UK.
We're doing a lot of 3D printing at the minute. Not many apprentices can say that they've been trained to use such a complex piece of equipment. Here we are the lead centre for sealing technologies globally. We provide seals for mainly the automotive industry, such as Land Rover and VW. Once I become a fully qualified CAD technician, the possibilities are endless. I can work in architecture and construction, automotive and subsea and wind power.
When I was at university, I never would have guessed that I'd be working at the cutting edge of drone technology, especially here in the Northeast. We build fixed-wing aircraft and they have their own onboard computer system, take photos or use whatever sensors it needs on board to collect the data the client needs. The aircraft gets its location information via GPS, which uses satellites to relay the information to the aircraft and allow it to fly itself.
I'm proud to be working here in the Northeast in renewable energy, doing something that I'm really passionate about. Renewable energy, and particularly offshore renewable energy, is very important for the economy. It leads to job creation, it leads to increased competition in the supply chain, for example, which brings down costs, but also increases the amount of jobs as well that are available to people.
Who would have thought that art and design would have led me to work in the subsea and offshore sector? It was actually my art teacher encouraged me to join the 6 years to the open day at the Glasgow School of Art, and there I discovered the product design engineering course. So my role at Catapult, I'm doing mechanical design for a tidal turbine test rig at the moment and helping out on several other projects. I love everything about my job. It's just so diverse. I've worked on so many different projects. There's always something new and exciting going on. So, you've got the entire offshore renewable industry, so you've got wave, tidal, wind and anything else that's coming along. You meet so many interesting people and travel the world. Do what you love, and if you do what you love, then it'll never feel like hard work.
This is just a handful of examples of the great talent in the Northeast.
That's a wrap.